UFC 320 has been flying under a lot of people's radars, and I feel like this has promised to be one of the greatest cards of the year. But first, fight fans, make sure to subscribe button to clock in, and let's get ready to talk about some MMA. But first, guys, I finally have a new gaming channel. It is called Isaac Reloaded. It's going to be on one of these corners above. And we're going to have, content regularly, maybe once a week, twice a week. And it's going to be focused around gaming, maybe some, lifestyle content and other miscellaneous activities. So go ahead and look in the link in the description below and go ahead and shoot a follow. I truly believe this fight card is going to be the greatest that we've had all year. And we've had some pretty good fight cards. But if we look at the top 4 fights, Joe Pyfer, Yuri Prochazka versus Roundtree. Then we're going to have Dvalishvili against Corey Sandhagen. And last but not least, we're going to have Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. This will be their second fight. And remember, guys, they did have a fight before. And it was a close one on the scorecards. Who do I think won? I think Alex Pereira won. Even though a lot of people might agree with me. And I think it was a highway robbery. But when I look back on the fight and I really break it down, I do feel like Magomed Ankalaev might have had a lot of the, the control ring generalship that everybody really likes to, look at and obsess over. But I truly believe that if we look at it in the counters and the shot selection, that Alex Pereira was on top. But I'm going to break it down. No bias anymore. When people are going to say damage wins fights, yes, I do agree that in the second and third round, Ankalaev did hurt Pereira on the feet, which I'll be honest, kind of shocked me because I did not think that bro had what it takes to outstrike Alex Pereira in some of the occasions because, we got a, 2-time glory kickbox champion, someone who has his high pedigree, someone who actually went, a battle with Israel Adesanya. But I think something what I do look back on is when Alex Pereira was in the fight, he looked very slow, as if he couldn't get out of second gear. And what kind of shocked me, really looking at it, is that Alex Pereira was actually a little bit slower than Ankalaev. For sure, Ankalaev had the speed advantage, which, if we think about it, coming up from middleweight, you would think Alex Pereira had the speed advantage, but Ankalaev ended up having the speed advantage in this bout. I just think with him being older than the last time they met up, it just doesn't look like, Alex Pereira could change a lot compared to Ankalaev actually adjusting in this new fight. So in this one, I really do think Ankalaev might actually put out Alex Pereira in this one on the feet, just due to, his age and how young he is, and that he does have a speed advantage and he has a new built confidence because he has hurt Alex Pereira before. But I also could say the same thing for Alex Pereira. You might say he was a little hesitant because of the takedowns, so throw the takedowns. But Alex Pereira now knows that he can defend the takedowns, and he's good enough to do that. So that might add some more confidence to him. That's a little intriguing thing that, that could play a role in this fight. But so far, I think Ankalaev is going to win by KO just because of what I said about him hurting him before and just the age and the speed advantage being on his side. But I think no fight on this card is as predictable as our co-main event, which is going to be Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. I'm just using MMA math, even though MMA math is always wrong. Corey Sandhagen has been dominated by Aldo and Umar Nurmagomedov. Aldo is the #1 training partner of Merab, and Umar has been dominated by Merab in the same way that he dominated Corey Sandhagen, if that makes any sense. Corey got out-wrestled by Umar and outstruck. Merab outstruck Umar and out-wrestled Umar. Aldo always says that Merab is a better wrestler, a better striker, twice a better fighter than he is. So kind of thinking with that, my own opinion, I do think he's a better fighter than Aldo. And I just think he is able to dominate him in ways he's been dominated before by other fighters, even worse. So he got dominated by Umar. I think Merab's going to dominate him even worse in the same way because his chain wrestling is good. He looks like he might have a submission game now because of O'Malley's last fight, when he choked him out. Speaking of O'Malley might be a better version of Corey Sandhagen, which kind of leads me to believe that he's going to beat Corey Sandhagen pretty easily. Because in my opinion, Dvalishvili is the greatest bantamweight of all time. If you're telling me that he does not beat Dominic Cruz, he already beat Jose Aldo. Look at the resume. Look at the Peter Yans he's beat. Look at all these people. If that is not the greatest resume of all time, then I don't know what you guys are thinking about. Because even the only one I assume that would pose a threat is not a Cody Garbrandt. It's going to be a TJ Dillashaw. That's the only fighter I can see giving problems to Dvalishvili if we went prime for prime. But outside of a lucky shot or a lucky knockout or a lucky, catching him, I do think Corey Sandhagen's going to lose and Merab is going to stay the bantamweight champion. On the last fight that I'm personally going to break down right now until, we have a video after the fight where we could look at all the fights. I could do an instant reaction. We have Roundtree versus Yuri Prochazka. I'm gonna say this right now. I am picking Roundtree just because of the love of the game and the love of the boy and the fact that he has drip on his Instagram. He has all these attributes. You know, he has that Muay Thai, he has the speed, he has that nice fundamental boxing defense. If we look at when he fought Alex Pereira, he, you know, dropped him. He gave him a real run for his money. The only reason I'm scared about Yuri in this fight is because of his unorthodox boxing, which can pose a lot of threats because he's undefeated against everybody except Alex Pereira, and nobody could seem to adapt to his, you know, awkward fighting style. But when it comes to awkward fighting styles, defense, Yuri keeps his hounds low all the time. You know, he was saying that he was gonna fix his defense against Jamal Hill, but if we look back at that fight, it really wasn't as good. It still was pretty, you know, trash compared to a lot of these fighters. So I think Khalil Roundtree's fundamental boxing and his slick Muay Thai and his speed's gonna be able to crack Yuri Prochazka and put him down. I truly believe that that's what's gonna happen, because he has scary power. I'm telling you right now, even though it wasn't present in the Jamal Hill fight because he was fighting him a little more defensively, I think he's going to crack him really bad. I think he's going to put him out bad. The only thing with Yuri that I am a little hesitant on is his power as well. He hits like a train, but I just don't think he's going to land that big of a shot as he thinks he gonna is. Speaking of big shots, do you guys think Jake Paul is going to land that big shot against Gervonta Tank Davis? Watch my last video breaking down the topic. Link in the description down below. But let me know what you guys think. Are my predictions amazing or are they trash? Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. But finally, fight fans, make sure to uppercut the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.